Welcome everyone in to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. It's another Friday night, and that's Dega Pro's Stars and Stripes Shootout Series, the third one ever in its existence, and we're here ready for 40 laps of action in the ARCA car tonight. 60% fuel, one tire set, no fast repairs, fixed setups, and one green, white checkered if we need it. We are excited to bring you this action live on the PGR eSports Network. And we are on the heels of Malik Ray, Matthew Baker going to victory lane in the first 2 weeks of this new series here on Friday nights. And tonight, another driver looking to earn their stripe. And this one on track at the moment is Dylan Ast getting his qualifying lap in. We also have Justin Melikar on track as well tonight. You see him in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen as he's getting set to get locked in here tonight. Cody and Eagles in the 6 out of Rolla, Missouri. He looks to roll off here on the front row tonight. Larry McDonald as well. Out of Osiris, Ohio. Good to see Alex Hill on track out of Peachtree City, Georgia tonight. The number 20 Chevrolet. Kenny Reel comes to play on a Friday night in the number 11 for the Jack Shack. As Cody Neagles goes to the provisional pole at the moment. Michael Barksdale, a good run. He's P2 at the moment, but new P2, that's Kenny Reel that you see on screen. A good qualifying lap for him, a 54.50. Cody Neagles with a 54.48. As we get set for another Friday night of racing here.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, sir. And we are back here live. Apologies, had to talk to the boss man, John Ward, here tonight. And square everything away. But there's tonight's race flyer. Here's the Goodyear blimp. Flies over Talladega Superspeedway. $17 entry fee tonight, paying out 7 positions here in the ARCA Menards car. As we get set to head down to the grid here in just a minute. As we get ready for the third ever Stars and Stripes Shootout Series race. And Alex Hill has now gone to the provisional pole. And actually, provisional no more. It's the official pole position result. As Alex Hill now will be your pole sitter outside front row. Richard Elliott, a great lap here tonight. Cody Neagles will start in third. Kenny Reel will start fourth. Chase Mistretta starts in fifth. Larry McDonald starts in 6th tonight. Cameron Craighead starts in 7th. Michael Barksdale starts 8th. Dylan Ast in 9th. Starting in 10th will be Sean Corbett. Ethan Eckert starts in 11th. Daniel Falkingham starts in 12th. Stephen Miles, 13th. Nathan Harper starts 14th. Freddie Bazinez in 15th. Joey Mazowitz starts in 16th. Landon Velicki starts 17th. Justin Melikar starts 18th here tonight. And starting 19th will be Dylan Jones. Jared Hayton starts 20th. Austin Green starts 21st. Hunter Hastings 22nd. Josh McCullough starts 23rd. Andrew Zanto rolls off 24th. Tucker McClendon starts 25th. Kenny McCullough Jr. 26th. Mark Von Dell will round out our 27-car field here tonight. A great showing here on Friday night for the Stars and Stripes series. Well, good to see Alex Hill back on track and in a familiar position, starting this race from that first place finishing position. And Richard Elliott, a surprise run here to the front row out of Little River Academy. And just in front of Nichols and McDonald. McDonald has raced pretty well here of late, just needs a little bit better luck here on these super speedways. It's a short and sweet race tonight. 40 laps. High-paced action here on the high banks of Talladega. John Ward Race Control. Myself, Michael Triscaro. Broadcast tonight. Carrying the onboard with Justin Melikar and a few other drivers will dial up here throughout tonight's race. But right now, all eyes here on the green flag tonight as the pace car dives off onto pit lane for the first time as these drivers come to the restart zone tonight, and all their engines will come to song and come to life here as the green flag is flying. And we are underway here at Talladega. Coming here to lap number 3 tonight. Wanted to give our viewers and let them hear the sounds of Talladega and the roar here as Ethan Eckert goes to the lead. Just in front of Landon Velicki now in the 62 machine. Alex Hill now settling for third spot here on the top as McDonald leads the bottom lane. McDonald will chase the lead here with Cameron Craighead. Dylan Ast as well in the number 22 Lucky Charms machine tonight. As these ARCA cars looking racy here early. Too wide racing here. Ethan Eckert will lead that lap, but McDonald, we've talked about him. He's looked strong here in the last couple of weeks. He just needs to put a full race together. And have a little bit of luck go his way. Third lane opening up here, one to the middle. Becker is going to get to that wall. Cody Legals now making his way to the front with Chase Mistretta, Hunter Hastings. As McDonald still holds that bottom lane here. Cody looks to go 3 wide here. He's going to dive back down. Hunter Hastings now takes a peek, and Mecker continues to hold off a ferocious Landon Velicki here. Kenny real off pace here early. As he started on the front row, so trouble for the number 11. Trouble for Andrew Zanto as well, the 06. They're showing him 26th and 27th at the moment. Back of the main pack here, Kenny McCullough Jr., number 10 Coca-Cola machine tonight. 25th at the moment, Mark Von Del Tucker McClendon back here, as well as Josh McCullough and Sean Corbin. Got Daniel Falkingham leading the field tonight, as well as our lead broadcaster here at AJR, Austin Green, as he pilots the 87 Ford here tonight. Tucked right behind Justin Melikar, who is carrying our onboard camera. Find him right now. He's making some hay here on that high lane, and the number 84 right behind Hunter Hastings. Got a chance to work with Justin Melikar in the SummerSlam 499 this year. Pushed me to a top 10 finish in PGR's second biggest race. He's got the talent to get it done. We'll see if he can here tonight. Back up front, Landon Velicki. We almost have an issue here. Josh McCullough gets forced below the yellow line here. He's able to get back in. Barksdale will pick him up. So a close call here early for Josh McCullough. Just a minute ago, he was hanging out in the back of the pack, but he now finds himself fighting here up front. Just like that, his race nearly went up in smoke early. Barksdale doing a good job behind McCullough. McDonald has fallen back just a little bit. That high lane now. Third lane at the moment. But Jared Haynes dives to the bottom. He's going to try to bring that bottom lane back here up to the front. Hill makes a great move to the bottom of the racetrack. Mistretta goes to the third lane. So he gets the rear of Hastings, and they're beating and banging here. Mid-pack, Eckert all over the place. These guys got to pick a lane here to keep this green. I'm moving around, dancing around here. Hastings, he's going to go forward. Melikar's right there. We're 4 wide here, farther back. Melikar gets pushed out. Another close call. These drivers just keeping it together by the skin of their teeth at the moment. Freddie Bazin as part of this hornet's nest here mid-pack. As he'll look to get down, and he does. So go back to 2 wide racing. We've had some close calls here in the opening 10 laps of this one, but thankfully, we have stayed green 60% fuel in these ARCA cars tonight. Longer we go, maybe we'll get a green flag stop as Haynes has now brought that lane up to the front. Alex Hill leads the field around at the moment. Jared Haynes doing a great job on the bottom. McCullough has overcome a scare here. And he's getting back to the front, wasting no time in the number 5. Barksdale still clings to the back of the 05. Hill makes the move back to the bottom. Velke brings his lane to side draft here in the corner. Hill right now doing a great job of controlling this top lane here. Velke gives him a huge shove down into turn number 3. Got Stephen Miles here tonight on board, hot from Louisiana. And we have a wreck here. Ooh, Larry McDonald involved. A big one for McDonald, and once again, bad luck for Larry as his night over. And you can see how bad the damage is for the number 80 Chevrolet. He heads to pit lane for repair, but most likely that will not be repairable. You can see the damage there to the front end, especially that left front wheel there completely bent. As caution now out for the first time tonight. Alex Hill remains your leader. I'm assuming we'll have some pit stops here under yellow. We'll go back here and take a peek at what happened to bring out the first caution flag here of tonight's race. Jared Haynes has made his way up the second. Velke in third. Eagles fourth. Josh McCullough fifth here. And the caution flew. We'll most likely see these drivers come to pit lane here, led by Alex Hill, and here they come. Should be the whole field here, filling up with Sunoco Racing fuel. Heavy damage to the front end of Daniel Falkingham. You can see his front end here as he comes into his pit stall, and back here to that yellow flag. And slow this one down here. And it looks like Hastings going to turn Ethan Eckert down the track into Falkingham. Larry McDonald, once again, wrong place, wrong time. He gets the worst of it right into the outside fence. Daniel Falkingham, Austin Green involved. And Larry McDonald with a big ride there and a huge hit. We'll watch it again from a different angle here as Hastings turns Ethan Eckert. And heavy damage to Falkingham. You see his front bumper rip off, and there goes Larry McDonald, and just a massive hit. He's nearly up and over. You can see the entire bottom of his car. Watch this one again here from the cockpit of McDonald. Running a good race again, and bad luck strikes here for McDonald. Pace car lights out. Finally, we'll go green here next time by the first caution flag of the evening. And we had quite a few drivers coming back down pit lane here, taking some more fuel. That'll cycle Freddie Bazinez up here to the front row with Michael Barksdale, Sean Corbett, Dylan Ass, Chase Mistretta now. Your top five is Donald out of tonight's race. Falkingham as well, a lot of issues for him. He's still on track, but heavily damaged, you see there in the front end. Hunter Hastings involved in that. I'm assuming a penalty to him, as Kenny Reel tops off with fuel, and we'll be able to get back into this one here. Approaching the halfway point of tonight's race. Last night, PGR Intimidator Superspeedway Series. Race won by Wyatt Gray. Podium finishers Kyler Wynn, who finished last night's race in the second position. And in third last night, Jackson Buys, who will race for a championship Monday night in the PGR Light Series. That's where you'll catch the next PGR race this coming Monday night. The championship 4. All head to Talladega here in this ARCA car. Pace car ready to head off onto pit lane again. You see a big single file car here, or line here on the bottom. A lot of double pitting outside of Barksdale and Dylan Ass there, as the green flag back in the air. Bazinez with the jump here on Sean Corbett. And we'll count him down the rest of the way. 26 laps to go here at Talladega. Ooh, Barksdale off. He is sliding when we come back up onto the track. He will not. Michael Barksdale, a one-car spin as he tries to get this 0-0 back on track. Excuse me, sneezing over here on the broadcast tonight. Barksdale through the grass. He'll gather. He's having a lot of trouble here. Is the big red machine at the moment, but got plenty of time to correct that one. Corbett leads the bottom lane here with McCullough, but Bazinez up top with Mistretta, Craighead, and Hill. Caution out for Ethan Eckert. Crash here in the tri-oval. Looks like Zanto, Nichols, and Elliott involved. And just like that, another wreck here. I believe it's going to come from this group here. Yep, the 6. Cody Neagle is going to turn Ethan Eckert. Second time Ethan Eckert's been turned. As Eckert now comes back up, hits into Neagles and into the O2. And heavy damage to Eckert. Heavy damage to Richard Elliott. So the last 2 caution flags, unfortunately, Ethan Eckert being turned in both of them. This one most likely going to end his campaign here tonight. We'll look at it again from the chopper cam here. Cody Neagles pushing him square here. This will give us a really good view as we come into the trial here with the 6 and the 12. And I'm just going to snap here. And not quite sure. Didn't look like Cody was doing anything egregious here, but nonetheless, we get another wreck here. Elliott up into the wall. Eckert as well. Heavy damage to the body armor machine. And Ethan Eckert heading to pit lane for repairs. Back up here live. Everyone back on the pit lane. Alex Hill in his stall. Will he win the race off pit road? He will not. Freddie Baznez, Cameron Craig, Chase Mistretta, the top 3 coming off. And we're under the second yellow flag of the night. We'll bring Ethan Eckert up here. Involved in this one. Ethan Eckert, you have a copy.
I don't really want to have a copy.
Well, you do, and we're going to talk about it. 2 incidents here, 2 caution flags in a row. Both of them not your fault being turned here. So what is going on with drivers behind you tonight? Turning the 12.
That's an amazing question. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe my bumper isn't flat. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks odd there. Cody Neagles was pushing you pretty square into the trioval. And obviously, with your caliber driving, we know you're, able to take a push there. It looked like that was a weird one. The other one, definitely more of a bumper hook there. But heavy damage to the front end, it looks like tonight. Will you be able to get back into this one?
With a lot more cautions, yeah. But, yeah, we're pretty much DUN done.
Well, Ethan Eckert, you heard it from him, folks. Not too happy with how tonight has gone. We'll bring him back down as he is on pit lane at the moment. Another man on pit lane right now. That's Joey Mazowitz, sits in his pit stall. Joey Mazowitz, you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, man. Well, tell us you were involved here in that incident, and looks like you're rolling off pit lane right here. How much damage you got? Are you able to get back up into this race tonight?
Yeah, I got approximately half of it fixed. So another minute 45 or so that I got to be on the pits next opportunity I get. Could be worse. The engine's good. The nose is banged up, and the right front wheel is a little banged up from either the guy in front of me or the pit wall that I hit there. But it's not dead, and the race isn't over. So hopes are high. It would be hard for most to make it on one pit stop. But this Ancient World Gaming, Next Level Racing, a Bruzy Raceware, Sword Dog Apparel race, Ford Mustang, still has a shot, and we're going to go for it.
Well, you heard it there from Joey Mazowitz. He has a shot. He's going to go for it here tonight. Maybe we'll talk to him later here if he's able to get into a podium position tonight. And we'll get a quick word here now with Sean Corbett being scored in the second position tonight. Sean Corbett in the 45, you got a copy.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Now you tell us, man. You're sitting up here in a good position here as we come to 22.
Oh, cool. Would you do me a favor?
Flag.
Hey, would you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Get a screenshot real quick so that way I'll have something to look at later, because it probably won't be for too long.
Hey, man, you're getting some TV time up here on the PGR Esports Network right now. How about we get a interview after tonight's race, get in that top 3, maybe victory lane?
Dude, I would love to. Hey, save me a seat in the lunch line. I'd love to be there. We'll see what happens.
All right, go make it happen. We'll talk to you later tonight.
All right, buddy.
Sean Corbett, everyone happy here other than Ethan Eckert at the moment. As you'll see another long line of cars here on the bottom of the racetrack. A lot of double pitting going on. Trying to pack in that fuel and trying to make it to the end. Corbett, the only man outside here on the lead. Well, I guess Ethan Eckert on the lead lap as well. But he's got heavy damage. And we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Here on a Friday night. And let's try it again here. Freddie Bazinez will fire off with Dylan Ast behind him. Corbett's now falling back to third. Cameron Craighead now. Jace Mistretta in your top 5. Looking here at Lee Hunter Hastings pushing Tucker McClendon. These two connected. And they have a full head of steam on these leaders. As Corbett will dive to the bottom of the racetrack. Mistretta now. He's going to lead this lap with Alex Hill right behind him. These two connected. They are moving at the moment. Cameron Craighead is going to stay pace with them as well. But Corbett, he's going to bring in that bottom lane with McCullough and Ast. Justin Mellicar back into the picture, as is Kenny Reel. There's a lot of drivers moving around the 12th car. Too much damage at the moment, as Ethan Eckert going to need another yellow flag. And we assume Joey Mazowitz will need another yellow flag as well to fix the remaining damage he has tonight in the number 64. One lane on the bottom, one lane on the very top, and that top lane now will come down inside track here in turn number 1. $20 laps to go halfway through the Stars and Stripes Shootout Series Friday night. As Dega Pros return to the Money Racing community a couple of weeks ago. Willie Gray, the first winner, and Matthew Baker last week, a big winner. Both not in the field tonight, so we'll have a new driver in this field earning their first Dega Pro Stars and Stripes win. So Corbett, we talked to him. Here he is, leading. We've seen a lot of comers and goers now in the front. It's been a good race, a lot of lead changes here. Fondell here in the back of the main pack. We'll be back to the Apple paint scheme here tonight. Nathan Harper also in tonight's field. Number 11. Right behind Jared Haynes and in front of Landon Velicky. As Corbett is the man right now to beat. And I come to suspect we got some drivers in the back of this pack saving fuel at the 5-car breakaway here at the moment. Now this pack's staying in touch with them, but there's a lot of big names out back here. It looks like they are saving fuel so that they can try to make it to the end of tonight's race. So a little bit of fuel mileage coming into play at the moment. Justin Melkar here in the 14th position. Riding behind Bazinez. All the way out in Japan. It's Justin Melkar, and the guy loves the race here is Falkingham now. Bulls in front of him with still heavy damage to the front end. Definitely some fuel saving going on. You could just see it here with the way Justin Melkar's running right now behind Bazinez, and about 3/4 throttle here down the backstretch. Tucker McClendon's working on Mark Vondel here. Mark Vondel moving on up, right behind Barksdale. And man, we spoke to at the break. He's got 1.5 minutes damage still, but Joey Maslowitz, the Lancaster PA, he was still pretty enthusiastic about his chances tonight. 15 laps to go. He's working right on the back bumper, the 06 of Andrew Zanto, who has no one in front of him at the moment. Daring, Connecticut, but Chase Mistretta works 4th place right now behind Dylan Ast. Josh McCullough here, still pushing Corbett around. As Corbett remains your leader. Get the line, we'll have 14 laps to go here. Apologies for that. Just trying to refresh the trading paints. Matthew Baker in the chat said they weren't right. I thought I had them refreshed. We'll see. It looks like they're still all the same. One coming to pit lane at the moment. That's going to be Ethan Eckert. Still a lot of damage to the 12. And most likely his night over with, as is Richard Elliott's. We know Larry McDonald went out early. Falkingham, look at all that damage to the front end of the 88. And he is still digging here with these drivers saving fuel at the moment. No front bumper. But that's not going to stop the reigning PGR 500 champion from trying to get the victory lane tonight. He's got a great push here from Craighead. Zanto files, well, he looks like he was going to go to the bottom. He's going to stay up on top. So 2x2 at the front and then a single file from there. Still a lot of drivers saving fuel at the moment. Cody and Eagle's one of them. As he continues to go back to the back of this main pack, and he'll file in behind Harper, and looks like Eagles actually has a little bit of issues at the moment. Slow just a little bit. So he tries to stay with this pack in the main draft. New leader, it's Cameron Craighead now. As him and Zanto were able to get past Corbett and McCullough. So lead change here. 11 laps to go at the line. We are getting down to it now. Caution flags tonight. Well, it's been another good race here on a Friday night. These have been some good races to start this series for sure. Let's see if we have another great finish here tonight. Matthew Baker, a winner 1 week ago. Somebody will put their name here into the history books right under his. And could it be Cameron Craighead or Andrew Zanto? Can Sean Corbett, who has led many laps tonight, get the victory lane? Josh McCullough, he's looking for another big victory. And eventually, once these drivers know they can make it, we're going to see some really good racing. First all the way to 24. Right now in a single file line with 10 to go. Eckert, Elliott, McDonald. Those are the three drivers out of tonight's race. So 24 drivers still have a shot. Because you'll never count out the number 6 Cody and Eagles here in the caboose at the moment. Bazinez to the outside now with Dylan Ast. And we'll see these drivers starting to get up on these wheels as soon as they know they have enough fuel to make it to the end. And yep, Baker was right. It's going to change a couple of these paint schemes. That's Alex, for sure. So got a few of these right now. A lot of them stayed the same, but a couple were wrong. As Craighead, your leader, he's going to come to pit lane. These guys definitely didn't have enough fuel to make it. So Craighead leads Mazowitz and Barksdale, as well as Cody and Eagles, who comes to pit lane. And this will be the first group. So not quite sure if everyone else can make it. 8 laps to go. Alex Hill, your leader. Bazinez, Santa, Corbett, and Cullen now your top 5. Bring up that track now. And you'll see these other drivers now in the apron. See how it all cycles out. Here comes your leaders to pit lane. Alex Hill will lead them down. The other group right now getting back onto the track, blending into the backstretch. There's a group that stayed out. That's going to be Hunter Hastings, Tucker McClendon, Austin Green, Kenny McCullum, Melikar, Reel, Haynes, Harper, and Jones. So 9 drivers still out on the racetrack. As Alex Hill gets to his spot. So the drivers that pitted already are coming out of turn number 4. These drivers coming off pit lane. Drivers who have not pit yet, they are on the backstretch, entering turn number 3 at the moment. We're going to see how this group right here blends in with the first round of pit stops, which will be the 20 car, the Cameron Craighead in the 48. As the next group comes to pit lane, we still have some drivers that have stayed out, and this group right here with Craighead, Mazowitz, and Eagles will probably stay with this main pack of Alex Hill if they can bridge here with Mark Von Dell. I'm not quite sure they're going to. Here's your race leader at the moment. 6 laps to go. The money stop, it's on right now. Harper off pit lane. As is Austin Green, Dylan Jones, Kenny McCullough. But they are losing lots of time at the moment to the leaders, which will eventually be Alex Hill, Freddie Bazinez, Daniel Falkingham with all that damage, Landon Velke, and Josh McCullough. But at the moment, it's still Haynes, Hastings, Melikar, Reel, and McClendon in your top 5. So this race is really turned upside down at the moment. And Melikar as now goes to the lead. These guys all out of sorts at the moment. Not quite sure what happened. It looked like one went off the racetrack. Looks like that was Chase Mistretta. So these guys right now, your leader's losing a ton of time. I'm not quite sure. But that was the move tonight to stay out this long. As they will now come to pit lane. Well, nope, Melcar and Haynes stay out. Tucker McClendon is going in. Hunter Hastings stays out. Kenny Reel on the racetrack. But Alex Hill, I would assume, eventually will retake the lead, as he's about 16.5 seconds behind. Sean Corbett has done so well tonight. It looks like he had a misstep on his pit stop. Dylan asked the black flag, so he gets penalized. And right now, Melcar Haynes, your leaders. They're running really slow. I wonder, they ran a 58 and a 57 second lap. I wonder if these two have made their bed and they're trying to make it on fuel. As they come to the 3 to go, Melcar and Haynes way off the pace. As is Hunter Hastings. As is Kenny Reel as Melcar gets turned. They don't wreck. But, I mean, this is crazy. Hunter Hastings to the lead. Kenny Reel now second. Haynes and Melcar just going so slow, nearly wreck one another. Alex Hill now. Here he comes with Bazinez, Falkingham, Veliky, McCullough, and Zanto actually is in 10th. I mean, this one is wild at the moment. These four drivers, I mean, when I tell you, Haynes and Melcar ran a last lap of a 1 minute, a 1 minute lap. Your leaders at the moment, Alex Hill and company running a 51, so 9 seconds quicker there. I mean, they are just trying to make it on fuel. Here comes this group trying to track them down. Behind them, Zanto leads the pack with Miles, Vondell, and Harper and company. A lot of drivers well off the pace. Two laps to go here at Talladega. Can the fuel conservation get these guys to victory lane? Here comes Alex Hill and company. Let's take you in the blimp as they go down the Alabama Gang super stretch, trying to catch these four leaders who are saving. They've made their bed. They're going to try. We haven't seen a race with that much saving where they are going almost 9-10 seconds slower. Here comes Hill. This group right here of 5 drivers. Oh, Hastings out of fuel. He's going to pit lane. So here it is, Melcar. I mean, they have to go for broke at this point. The speed difference is massive. Here comes Alex Hill. Final lap at Talladega. Hill. Oh, Kenny Reel. He's out of fuel, it looks like. He's going to go to the apron. Jared Haynes now, the only man with any hope. And Melcar, but it just doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. Right here, the top 7 positions pay out. Alex Hill, Bazinez, Falkingham, Veliky, Josh McCullough. That's your top 5. Jared Haynes holding on to 6th. Nathan Harper now in 7th. There goes McCullough. He's got Corbett helping him. Bazinez and Hill coming to the checkered flag. They're beating and banging. Here comes Falkingham. He's blocked. Alex Hill, your winner at Talladega. And that was a bizarre race, to say the least, with how the fuel conservation was for those leaders there coming to the white flag and everything changing there in the last lap other than Alex Hill, who led that group. And, man, a strung out field that big here at the end of this race. And Alex Hill gets the job done. Bazinez and Veliky get the other couple spots on the podium. Daniel Falkingham. You got to applaud Daniel Falkingham tonight. Look at that. He's had that damage for most of the race. Josh McCullough, a great race for him in 5th. Jared Haynes, fuel conservation, finishes in 6th. And Nathan Harper finishes in the last payout spot tonight as Alex Hill celebrates and gets to victory lane here at Talladega. Freddie Bassina is already up here in the waiting room. We'll get a word with the man who took P2 here tonight. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, you tell me, man. That was a wild one at the end. You had a few cars trying to stretch it on fuel, and you were in the pack that, you guys were at one point there late, 16 seconds back. Those guys going about 9 seconds slower to try to make it. And they made it to the white flag, but couldn't make it to the checkered flag tonight. But you guys caught them. You tried to make a last second pass there on Alex Hill. Just couldn't do it. But, hey, a P2, great race for you here tonight. Walk us through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole field strategy. I mean, I knew by the last pit stop because I forgot to pit. I was on my phone, honestly. So I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to make it. So, I mean, I tried to save. Then, like I think it was around 10 to go, I kind of knew I couldn't make it. So I just tried driving to the field. And I did get up front. Then right when I got up front, they all started to pit, and I was talking to Alex. He was like right in front of me. I was like, okay, do you have enough to make it? And he said no. And I was like, okay, pit this time. So then we pitted. Everybody else followed. And I just stayed in line, trying not to hook them because it's pretty hard not to with these cars. You got to be careful in the corners. And then, yeah, we caught them up. I mean, they were losing like 5 seconds a lap. I don't think we were. We had like a 20-second gap. Like, even then, it went around out of fuel. And yeah, coming to line, I mean, I was already pretty hot. I was like 287, so I was like, I knew it was too early to make the move, but I was like, whatever, I'm not going to risk blowing up. So I just made it, try to get the push from Dan, which I knew it wouldn't really work because he was pretty damaged. It just didn't work, but I also take a P2 finish.
Yeah, P2 finish here tonight for you, Freddie Bassines, in this new series, and a great effort all around. Before we let you go here tonight, celebrate that. Anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Thanks to Kyler for sponsoring me in. Thanks to my teammate Miles. Thanks to you putting on the broadcast. Thanks to Award putting on the race and RC. And that's it.
All right, we'll let you go here tonight. You have a nice weekend, my friend. Great job here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was your runner-up here tonight, Freddie Bassines. And now we'll bring in the man who took P3, the number 62. Pretty excited after tonight's race. Landon Velick, you have a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, I haven't heard that voice here in a minute, but good to see you out here on the track tonight. And, man, pretty easy going for you here tonight. Stayed up front a lot of the night, and then fuel strategy kind of hit. But you got through all that, and you guys tracked down that group trying to stay out. And you guys were going about 9 seconds faster, 9 seconds faster per lap is what I was telling Freddie. And you guys caught him there on the last lap. They had really nowhere to go from there. And, man, you get that P3 finish here tonight. Looked like you were pretty excited to get that as well.
Yeah, it was a hell of a race. I had a lot of fun in that. Just, this car is so fun as is anyway. And then you combine it with a little bit of whatever that was coming to the end. It was a little weird because we had that weird balance of like trying to run from the third pack while we were the second pack, but then we were eating 9 seconds a lap on the front guys. It was weird, but luckily, we were able to do it. Me and Alex right there at the end, it was I love racing with Alex. Racing with Alex is just the best thing. Me and him always seem to be on the same wavelength when it comes to things, and we definitely were there. Glad we managed to kind of get that I guess it's not a 1-2, but a 1-3 at least. That was a fun finish and just a really fun race overall. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a fun race here tonight. Glad to see you come out and enjoy this one. We're watching the ending right here, man. You right behind Daniel Falkingham, and he had a lot of damage right in front of you. He had damage most of the race, but we see you here make the move to get the P3, and it's got to feel good to get a podium tonight. But before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Shout out Cody, Ethan, Alex, all Nightmare guys. Running with them tonight. Shout out to you for the broadcast, and shout out to John for putting the race up, and you also for helping set all that up too. Yeah, it was glad to come out. I'm glad we finally had something that wasn't trucks. Every single night I've looked this week has all been trucks, and we finally have a fun car to go out here and race. So very happy about that, and yeah, appreciate all you do and all you and John do for this series and all the other series as well.
All right, Landon, we'll go celebrate that P3 here tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, Landon Veliky, a great finish here tonight. But a guy, we haven't seen him around as much this calendar year, but he comes out tonight to play in the number 77 Blenders Chevrolet. It's Alex Hill, P1 on the board. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. Well, masterclass looked like the Alex of old here tonight, qualifying up front, finishing all the way on the top of the pylon here tonight in a little bit of a fuel strategy race. Did you think or know you were going to catch those guys that were practically slowing way down on the racetrack, about 1 minute lap times, to try to make it all the way to the end? Were you pretty confident there in the closing laps that you guys would catch them and blow right by them?
Yeah, honestly, I was pretty confident we were gonna fly right by him. I could tell that they were saving fuel by their lap times, and so by the time we got there, I mean, we just went high and just went straight by him. I mean, I was showing that I was about a lap short, so I don't know how some of those guys made it. It was really tight.
Well, Bazinez gave you a little bit of run here, coming to the checkered flag here in the last few hundred feet of this one. What did it take there to hold off a hard-charging Freddie Bazinez?
Yeah, it just took a little bump and some side draft to get her done, and a little help from Landon Veliky with a little bit of momentum behind me. But I also seen that Dan went low at the line, so that kind of helped take some of the momentum off Freddie as well. So.
Well, Veliky alluded to the cohesion you two have when you're out there on the racetrack, and kind of said, guys have the same wavelength, so he loves when you're in some of these races, and he just feels very comfortable, with you in the race, especially kind of working together, whether you're working with him or not. Is that kind of how you feel as well when you see the number 62 around you?
I mean, of course, Landon's probably one of my best teammates that I've ever had. I just think we know what to do. We know what moves to make. It's just when we're going to make them, and I think we just have that chemistry of when we're going to make them. So, yeah, we worked pretty well together tonight coming back, and I hope we can keep this momentum going.
All right, well, a lot of big races here for the rest of the year. We got the big PGR 500 coming up in 2026. Good to see you out here tonight, P1 on the board. Before I let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, big shout out to you for broadcasting this thing. Shout out John Ward for putting this thing on. Shout out Nightmare, Cody, Landon, Ethan, all the guys over there.
All right, go celebrate that victory tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alex Hill, top of the board tonight. Freddie Bazinez finishes in second. Landon Veliky rounds out your podium. Daniel Falkingham overcomes all that damage to finish in fourth. Josh McCullough, great run in fifth. Jared Haynes, sixth. Nathan Harper rounds out your top 7 payout positions. Austin Green on the outside looking in eighth. Stephen Miles, ninth. Dylan Jones rounds out your top 10. Mark Von Dell, great run up to 11th. Andrew Zanto, 12th. Joey Mazowitz overcomes a wreck early, 13th tonight. Tucker McClendon in 14th. Hunter Hastings, 15th. Kenny Reel in 16th. 17th goes to Justin Melikar. And Cameron Craighead finishes in 18th. 19th, Sean Corbett. Heartbreak for him as he led some laps tonight. Kenny McCullough Jr. just literally wasn't into this flow of this race tonight. Finishes in 20th. Barksdale, Michael, that is, finishes in 21st. Cody Neagles falls off near the end. 22nd, Dylan Ast. No lucky charms tonight. Finishes in 23rd. Chase Mistretta looks strong for a while. Falls back to 24th. And Ethan Eckert, damage for him. 25th. Elliott in 26th, and Larry McDonald, we saw him go out early in 27th. So that's your finishing results here tonight, but one man only on the top of the board, and that is Alex Hill. Another good one here for the Stars and Stripes Shootout Series. We'll be back again next Friday night. Until then, everyone have a great night, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you all soon.